Okay, in this episode of Just Learn It, we're going to talk about the difference between writing and copywriting, because this is a topic that often gets confused. When we talk about copywriting, people think it's the same as regular writing, when in fact it's a totally different kind of world. Now, as we all know, with both of these, writing and copywriting, they both, of course, are usually writing something in English. But there are different kinds of writing. Just in the world of writing alone, there are different kinds of writing. There's writing for blog posts, and blog posts or even articles. They're very similar. These could be newspaper articles or website blog posts, and these could fall under news blog posts. If you're writing for like news and you want facts and figures, that's news. And the second is opinions. And this is when you're writing from your own thoughts. Maybe it's not based on facts. Maybe you're not reporting specific facts, but you're providing your own opinion, whereas news is you're supposed to stick to the facts only. Which is why there's a huge controversy right now with this whole fake news thing, because people are getting confused between what is opinion and what is news. So news should stick to the facts only. There's also technical writers. And what technical writers usually do is they write for things like service manuals. They write step by step, very detailed, very specific kind of manuals or instructions. These are and these have to be very accurate. You shouldn't be vague or ambiguous with your statements. And this is technical writing. There's also, similar to technical writing, is academic writing. And academic writing is usually used in things like research papers. So with academic writing, we're still sticking to the facts. But it's in a much longer form than a blog post or an article, where you have an entire report, an entire thesis, an entire paper about a specific topic. And of course, we also have book writing. There's book writing, and book writing can be fiction, it can be non-fiction. And most people who do book writing have experienced other kind of writing before. They do have experience in blog posts or newspapers before they go into book writing, because book writing, as we all know, is a lot longer than these other kinds of writing that we discussed previously. And the other big one is copywriting, which is our main focus. And copywriting it's different from copyright. Copyright is you have the rights to a specific piece of let's say music or a movie. That's a copyright. But copywriting is all about writing for not for movies or books, but more for sales, more for business. And another way of saying copywriting, for those that don't really know what copywriting is, you could call it sales writing, because you are writing with the purpose of making a sale. And that's why it's so popular nowadays, because a copywriter a copywriter can really bring in a lot of money. In fact, I have a friend who runs a business, and he created a product and he tried to sell the product on his own, and in 1 year he made $700. That's okay, $700 for a product. At least he made money. But then he had the brilliant idea to hire a copywriter. He hired a copywriter. And this $700 he earned in 1 year. With the copywriter worked with him for 1 month. And in that 1 month, he earned over $12,000. And the only difference was the copywriting, the sales writing, the way that the product was presented, the features and benefits and all of that. So you can see that copywriting is very, very important. It can be the difference between a product selling $700 in 1 year or $12,000 in 1 month. And if we make that 1 year times 12, that's something like $140,000 in 1 year. So that is a major difference. Of course, $144,000 is much greater than $700. So it's a difference between those. It can be the difference between those two numbers, or even bigger if we're talking about bigger companies. So you see, because of this reasoning, you see why companies pay a lot of money. Companies pay a lot of money for very good copywriters. If you're making a company $144,000, and all you need to do, you can just say, okay, just pay me $10,000. They'll be happy to pay you if you're making them a lot of money, if you are a good copywriter. So, should you become a copywriter? Should you become a copywriter? That's the question I want to ask you right now. Well, you should become a copywriter, or you can become a copywriter if you are good at sales, if you're good at marketing, if you're good at psychology. Because you have to be able to write, and because of your writing, you make a sale. It's not just, you can't just write any piece of content and be able to sell. You have to understand how people think. That's why psychology is so important. You have to understand how marketing works. You have to understand how sales work. And if you can combine these different things together with a skill in writing, all of these different things together, then you can be a very good copywriter, and you can easily make thousands and thousands of dollars a month. So it's up to you. If you can be able to gain these skills, if you don't have them right now, you can always learn them, then copywriting is a good place to go. But if you want to write more for opinion and news and facts, copywriting might not be for you. You might want to be a blog writer or a news writer. So I hope that gave you a good introduction to writing and copywriting. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this Just Learn It episode. Otherwise, I will talk to you later.